Hi everybody, this is my channel Humblehus. Welcome again. I'm going to show you another pretty stitch that you can use for any of your projects. I am just going to show it to you in a basic tube scarf because if you follow me, you know it is the easiest to do, and that way I can show you a stitch and I get a tube scarf out of it, which my family loves tube scarves. So we can't get enough. I will be using a 5mm hook today. The yarn, I will link the yarn so you can see it in the description if you want to use the same yarn. Let's get started then. Let's start with a slip knot. For your foundation chain or your foundation row, however you want to call it, you need to work in multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, depending on the project that you're making. But if you want to follow what I'm going to do, I am going to chain 30. So start by chaining. To whatever number you have in a multiple of 10, you need to add 2 more chains to that number. That means I'm going to have 32 chains for this foundation row. Now we're going to go back, but this is still part of the foundation row. So you're going to skip this first chain that you have right here, and you're going to work a single crochet into the next chain. Chain 2, skip the next chain, and then work a single crochet again. Now you're going to chain 3. So only at the beginning and at the very end you're going to chain 2, but here it's 3. And also now you're going to skip 2 chains and work into this one, a single crochet. Chain 3 again. Skip the next 2 chains and work a single crochet. Chain 3 again. But this time you are going to skip 3 chains as well. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. That is how we're going to repeat it. So this little part right here, we're going to repeat again. Continue doing that on this row until right before you get to the end. I am now almost here at the end, and if you follow this repetition, so you have the chain 3 where you skip 2 at the bottom, now the next one would be chain 3, skip 3, but I only have 2 chains left. So when you get here, you're only going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're going to skip this chain right here and do a single crochet into that last chain. That is how you know you counted correctly. That was it for the foundation row. Let's chain 4. Turn our work, and we will now begin row number 1. Into this first space that we have, we will work 4 trebles into that. So yarn over twice. Again, yarn over twice. Work a single crochet into this next space. Chain 3. Go into the next space, work another single crochet. This space is the one with the chain 3, skip 3. We need to work 9 trebles into this. I know, it's a lot. Let's repeat. Into the next space, you do your single crochet, you chain 3, into the next space, another single crochet, and now we do the 9 trebles again. Okay, so you're repeating that until the end of this row number 1. Now that you've done this part and you have reached the end of your row, row number 1, you have this little last space left and you need to work 5 trebles into this space. Now let's chain 1 and turn our work. We will start row number 2. Into this same stitch, so this space right here, you need to work 1 single crochet, as well as into this next stitch right here. You go through both of those loops and do your single crochet. Now let's chain 4. Skip all of this and then into the space that you have over here, do 1 single crochet, chain 3, and work another single crochet into this space. Let's chain 4 again. Should look like this. Now this little fan that you have here, you need to count the trebles. So this doesn't count. This is still part of the chain. You need to count. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. We need to work 3 single crochets into these top 3 stitches. So go through both of those loops. 1, and then to the next 2, and into the next 3. Then you skip all of this again. You chain 4. Now we have that space over here, like we had here in the front. You do your single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet again. We repeat once again the same. Right? Continue doing that until the end of your row. Now that you're basically at the end of row number 2 and you chained 4, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3 of those trebles, and on that 4th one you're going to do a single crochet right there, and then you can do another one here on the top chain. Remember those 4 chains that we did before we turned? But I like to just work into the space. So I'm just going to do a single crochet into this space right here. Now I chain 1 and turn my work to start row number 3. Into this first stitch right there, you're going to work another single crochet, chain 3, and we are going to work a single crochet into this first space. It's chain 3 again, we go all the way across to this space over here, so we skip this and we do a single crochet. We're going to chain 3. This time we will work a single crochet. So remember those top 3 single crochets from the previous row? You will work a single crochet into the middle one. Let's chain 3 again. And work your single crochet into this space. Chain 3 again. Go across. So we're going to skip all of this, go across to this space right here, and do your single crochet. And repeat. Continue until the end of this row, repeating those same steps. Now that I'm here at the end, almost at the end of row number 3, I have these 2 trebles left, and I chained my 3, and I chained 3. Now I want to work a single crochet into not this first one right here, but the second, basically, or I should say the last, into the last treble that you have here, which are the single crochets from the previous row. There. Now let's chain 4 and turn our work for row number 4. For row number 4, we're trying to move this design over to the middle, so to kind of offset them. So it will be very similar to row number 1. But let's start here with our single crochet into this first space. Now we work 9 trebles into this space. And don't mind me, I'm actually going to switch hooks because it's a little bit easier with this one. These bamboo ones or wooden ones are great when you have slippery yarn, very thin and silky yarn. It is just a little bit better with different yarn, so don't get confused. It's still the 5mm, 9 trebles here. We move on to the next space. We do our single crochet. We chain 3. We move on to the next space. You kind of have to pull them apart a little bit. Do a single crochet. And into this space right here, we do our 9 trebles once again. Continue this until the end of the row, and I will see you. For row number 4, the way you're going to end this row is you have your 9 trebles, and you work a single crochet into this last space that you have. You chain 1, and then into this stitch right here, which was a single crochet from the previous row, you will work a double crochet into that. So you only yarn over once and work that stitch in there. Let's chain 1 and turn our work so we can begin row number 5. For row number 5, you want to start with a single crochet into this same stitch, right in there. And then this chain that we had from the previous row, which creates the space here, you are going to work another single crochet into that space. Chain 4. Once again, you're going to find those top 3 stitches. So skip 1, 2, and 3. Then work 1, 2, and 3. Work single crochets into each one of those top 3. Chain 4 again. Now you're skipping all of this. And into this little space, you are doing a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and repeat until you get to the end of this row. I am at the end of row number 5, and I chained 4. Now we have a space left over here. We want to do 2 single crochets into this space. Now we're going to chain 5 and turn our work. Now we will start row number 6, which is the last row of this pattern, and then it repeats again. So let me show you this row. Into this space, do 1 single crochet, chain 3, and into these 3 single crochets that you made in the previous row, do a single crochet in the middle one. So yes, it's basically repeating again from row number 3. Repeat this until the end of this row. At the end of row number 6, so I did that single crochet into the space. Now I'm going to chain 2, and you have this single crochet from the previous row, we want to work another double crochet in there. So yarn over, I am going to start you off with row number 7, but row number 7 is a repetition of row number 1. Just to get you on your way, chain 4, turn your work into this space. For row number 7, you want to work 4 trebles into that space. You can make this as long as you want, obviously. And if you are making a tube scarf like myself, I will show you how to join the two ends. Wherever you decide to finish, if you're doing the tube scarf like me, then chain 1 after your last stitch. Now join the two ends, make sure it's not twisted, and you have the yarn on the outside, not on the inside. And obviously you have more stitches here than you do on your foundation row. So you line them up as best as you can, and you go into your first stitch over here, or the first space, and then join with the other side. All I am working with is single crochet stitches. So if you count how many stitches you have on this side, depending on which row you ended at, then just make sure you have those stitches over here. After the last stitch, then you cut this off. You yarn over, pull it through this loop. Now you take your yarn needle. You are all done now. I hope that you enjoyed this stitch. I am sure you will be able to use it for lots of different projects. You can go and follow me on Instagram at Humblehus and tag me with your work. I would love to see what you're making. Until next time, this is my channel, Humblehus. Bye!